think it was Facebook or Craigslist. I kept trying to find room rentals. And so when I did that, I rented a room for $400 a month. I was like, let me get the taste of what Orlando's about. Let me just rent a room here. I'll get a basic job, started working for 12 bucks an hour again. So I had this vicious cycle. Like I had the work ethic in me, right? And I had the business mentality in me, but I just kept following this vicious cycle of just like working another 9 to 5, working another 9 to 5. And then my roommate's friend, who is now a really good friend of mine, ex-business partner, we're still really good buds to today. He's like, man, he met me one day. He's like, bro, you need to get into real estate. I'm like, what do you mean get into real estate? I didn't know anything about real estate. He's like, you need to get into real estate, bro. He's like, your personality. He's like, your charisma. He started giving me all these reasons why I should get in real estate. I'm like, well, you want me to become a realtor? He's like, yeah, man. He's like, he showed me this $5,000 check. And at the time, that was a lot of money to me. He's like, yeah, man, look at this $5,000 check. And we're sitting in his car, a little Honda. He's like, look at this $5,000 check. I was like, whoa, he's like, yeah, I made that on one sale, one home. I'm like, dude, I'm sold. And I got sold on the vision of real estate. So I signed up, got my real estate license, or got signed up for the real estate course, did that in about a month, got my real estate license, quit my full-time job. I had about $16,000 in savings and I became a realtor. And then I started investing in these leads, right? Started working leads, working buyers leads. And I started making some money in real estate, but I was on the sales side. And then what I noticed was it was very transactional. You're only as good as your next sale, right? You're only as good as your next sale. Excuse me. And so I was like, how do I own what I'm selling? And then the first year or second year, excuse me, after I can show the bank, I was a 1099 and I had steady income and I could show the bank 2 years worth of income because I went to get qualified for a bank loan. I got my first duplex. And then from there, I had the taste of owning a piece of real estate. And once I had a taste of owning a piece of real estate, I was like, wow, I can leverage somebody else to live in the other unit to pay my mortgage and rent a bedroom out the side that I was living on to also help pay my mortgage and live for free.
Yeah,
and I was like,
you kind of house hacked it too, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I house hacked the side I was living on, and then I rented the other side on Airbnb.
Yeah. So like for those of you out there that don't understand house hacking, right? Again, I'm still a newbie to real estate, but I know a lot of it out there. But I understand house hacking to a degree. A lot of it from my military background, because you had to room up with other people in the military. Like we would go out to when I was in San Diego, we would rent an apartment that had like 3 bedrooms, but we have like 15 people living there because we'd like get one person on the lease and then 3 people, get their rooms and we'd split them all out. But house hacking is being able to get into a property. And even though, Javier, he didn't need all the rooms in that duplex, right? So he's like, hey, well, why don't I just bring in another roommate on my side
Yep.
to make some more income on top of the other side that has maybe another family in it, right? So for those of you out there house hacking, and I'll let Javier, jump in here and explain a little bit more on that.
Yeah, like, I got the taste of real estate and I was like, wow, this is like amazing. Like you can take a property and get somebody else to live on the other side and pay your bills. I lived there for, a little while. And then I did the same process again, rinse and repeat. I kept buying, a property that I would house hack every time.
Do you say real quick, because you said something a few minutes before you got into that part. I really wanted the audience to hear this. When you decided to finally kind of like go all in on being a realtor, you mentioned that you had about 16,000 in savings already.
Yep.
Do you feel like that was something that gave you the confidence to be able to go all in?
I had a little cushion there, right? I
Yeah.
knew that wasn't a lot of money, but I was like, I have a little cushion. I can invest. I can have a little, like I had no bills, like $400 a month, $100 a week, to live in a bedroom and to have everything paid for. Like I didn't have a car. I didn't have a car bill. I own my truck free and clear. I didn't have no bills, no obligations really. So I was like, you know what? I bet it on myself. And the best bet you can make in your life is on yourself.
Yeah.
So I had that $16,000 cushion. I was like, you know what? I quit my job. I got my real estate license. Took about a month. I failed the practice test. I passed the state exam in the first time. And most people actually fail the state exam multiple times. So it was actually opposite for me. I failed the classroom test, and then I took that twice, and then I did the state exam, passed that flying colors the first time. But I had that cushion, and I invested into lead flow and lead generation and started working buyers. And that's how I started my business. I started working buyers.
That's
And
awesome. Yeah, I wanted to highlight that because I know for those people coming across our podcast for the first time, maybe they're, working that 9 to 5, or they're in the corporate structure, or they have, a regular job income, and they want to dabble and do real estate. And, and again, I've seen this on my side where people are launching their online businesses where they'll quit their day job that's bringing in steady income before they actually start getting sales in their business, and they don't create that cushion, right? So for all of you out there that are looking to get into real estate, making that your next extra side of income to grow over time,
yeah,
be mindful, like don't quit anything,
yep,
get that cushion, that's a comfortable cushion, and
yep.
then dabble in
Yeah.
that
It,
property.
it really depends on your situation. Like I was single, I had no financial obligations.
Yeah.
I was able to take a high risk, right? But somebody like you have a family, you have a wife, you have
Hmm.
kids, you have people rely, other mouths to rely on you. It's probably best for you not to take the high risk. You
Yeah.
know, I
Yeah.
did something that was high risk and it worked out. But for most people, that wouldn't work out.